G'day guys, how you going? I'm Iski, welcome to my YouTube video. Thought we'd give the whole home theatre building videos a miss today, as well as forgetting about the clothes dryer videos and washing machine videos and all that other stuff that I do, and kind of look at something else. And that something else isn't my corsetry. I make these steel bone corsets, I do it for a living, that's how I kind of make my money. And check this out. 1961 VW Karmann Ghia. I made a video just recently and I met this guy who basically came over and he bought a clothes dryer from me. And while he was here, he saw this and he offered me some help. He said, listen mate, I'm a boiler maker, I do up cars, we can get this on the road, I'll give you a hand. He was just the coolest bloke. But one of the things he did say while he was here was, mate, you got to clean up around here, because I had like clothes dryer drums all over the car. I had stuff underneath the car on the floor pan. But one other thing that I had was basically in front of the car down here. It's all empty now. This was just compact full of air compressors, and I've moved them out of there now and I've cleaned up around here and it looks really good. So hopefully soon we'll get into this. But those air compressors, as well as a few other air compressors that I had lying around, they now live, or at least I've just put them on my driveway. And in this video, we will be going through each of these air compressors, or at least most of these air compressors, kind of having a look what the problem might be. I found all of these at the dumps that I go to, and I thought we would basically go through them and see what the symptoms are, see if any are running, see what I need to do to fix them, and then I'll sell them, because it's crazy having this many air compressors and I only need two. I've already got one and it is down at my home theatre. I'm building a home theatre at the moment, and I'm doing heaps of videos. If you're interested in those, please subscribe. But I've got an air compressor. It's one of those ones that stand upright. I've never seen one of those before, and I found that a couple of years ago. Brought it home and there was nothing wrong with it. I just started using it and I've been using it for 2 years. Now the other air compressor that I've been using is this one here. This one here, I basically call this my air compressor because I've been using this successfully for the last couple of years. I use it a lot and it's been fantastic. But guess what? I found the other day another one. So that's a Renegade trade compressor. Check this one out. We have another one, a Renegade trade compressor. What does this one say? RP11 at the end. This one says RP15 at that end. Now this one here is much bigger. This one here is much bigger. If we have a look there, that says 280 litres a minute. And that one there is 186 litres a minute. Now I've turned this on and it runs fine. It runs great. I haven't really tested it out yet, because when I found it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. When I found it, it didn't have one of these regulators on it. Didn't have a regulator. So what I did is I went back to the dump and I pulled a regulator off another air compressor and I stuck it on. But the hose that came with it isn't long enough to reach basically the regulator. It's not long enough to go all the way back there and connect to that point there. So I need to get some hose and then I'll really be able to test it out, stick some oil in. But I do know that it works. The only thing that I had to do, I think and this is funny, this is the reason why most people throw their air compressors out, is because there's an overload reset switch here. I think I just hit that and it just started working. And I think that's the thing that I did with this compressor. I just hit that overload switch and it's been working perfectly fine for the last couple of years, and I use it a lot, you know. So yeah, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to use this from now on. This one's mine. I'm going to keep this one, and I think that will really come in handy. It's a lot bigger, a lot more powerful, I'd say. I think it will really help with my Karmann Ghia, maybe doing some painting down the line and just using air tools and so forth. So I've decided this one here, I'm going to sell that one there, keep that one there. Now this one up here, I don't know what the deal is with this one, I can't remember, but you can see, I can't remember, I think that's just sitting there because that doesn't actually go with that air compressor, I don't think. I can't remember. I think I just pulled this off another air compressor that I saw at the tip and it's just sitting there. So we'll we'll test that out. I'll turn that on. We have ourselves an extension cord, a nice thick chunky extension cord. I found that at the dump as well, so hopefully that's going to work. If not, I've got other ones. But yeah, just be careful. A lot of the time problems do stem from people using dodgy kind of extension cords. So yeah, that can be a real issue, especially when your air compressor is tripping the circuit breakers, etc., which one of these is doing. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. We'll turn it on, see what's going on with that. Like I said, I'm keeping that one now. I'm going to sell this one. Now this one here, I just mentioned you do get air compressors that trip circuit breakers. This one here I found a couple of weeks ago, and that's exactly what this is doing. This is tripping my circuit breaker. But having said that, I was using it with a really, I know it's a dodgy extension lead, the one that I use up there. It has a broken wire in it. So what I'm going to do is actually wheel this down to the power point that is down at my corset shop down there. We'll plug it in and see if that makes any difference and see if it stays on. If not, we'll have to do some more research into that. You can see I've already taken the cover for the motor start capacitors. I just wanted to see if there was any bulging, to see if there was any physical, you know how you get all that pussing stuff coming out. But they look fine, but that doesn't mean they are okay. All right, so yeah, I'm going to have to look into this one a little bit more, but what a beauty. What a beautiful air compressor that is. But the thing that shits me, the thing that really shits me, if you have a look here, this is where the air filters normally go, or the noise filter, air filter, sorry. These things here, they're just plastic. They're just plastic. When people push these off the side of the ute or just kind of be rough with them, these things here, the air compressor normally topples over and they break off. And getting this shit, the ends out of those holes is going to be pretty hard. But I'll get it out and I'll end up getting some other air filters from the dump and replacing them. But that's probably worth a fair bit of money, that air compressor. I'll get a few $100 for that easily, I reckon. Now this one here, this is a really cool one. I found this. This had already been pushed by the bulldozer. I found this and it was really, I think it was about 2 meters in the air. It was on like this major pile of twisted steel, but it was on the outside. I was going to leave it there. I always wanted a petrol air compressor, but I was going to leave it there until I saw that it had a Honda engine, and I got really excited. It had a Honda engine, so yeah, I had to have it. So I pulled it down, and I made a video. Actually, I made a video. I pulled it out of the van on my footpath, and I tried to start it on my footpath. Took me a little while, but eventually I got it going. I pulled the cord and it started. Yeah, so how cool is that? But yeah, cool. So listen, I know that's okay. I'm not even going to try and start that. I'm going to sell that one. Now this one here, I'm not sure what the deal is. We'll turn it on, see what's going on with it. This one here is the same. I'm not really sure what the problem is with that. So what's that one? It says Ross. This one here says Royce. I know what the brand of this one is. I just can't remember. I think it starts with a C. I just can't remember, but it's a really good brand. It's a very good brand. This one here is a Peerless Ultimate Series. And those ones there were Renegades. And this one down here, this orange one, is an SP Air Construction Series. And I don't know what the deal is with that. So let's actually, I'm just going to set up and I'll get back to you. I'll go through a couple with you and I'll probably do the rest myself. And I'll let you know how we go at the end of the video. And yeah, I'm going to have to order some capacitors. I mean, half of these probably just need new motor start capacitors, you know, and they're only $15. So I don't know why people can't research this and just buy a new capacitor and stick them in rather than just chucking them. I I mean, that shits me. I mean, then again, if they didn't, I wouldn't have them to sell. But I'd rather see stuff get fixed and, you know, used by the, you know, original owners more so. All right, so let me just set you up, guys, and we'll get into it. Okay, let's start with this one. Let's quickly turn it on. Let's quickly turn it on. Let's give it some power. There we go. Hopefully that extension cord's going to work. All right, power time. Sounds like the valve underneath is open. Okay, so I know what the problem is. That looks like it works great. The valve underneath, I think it's either missing a piece. Let me just sit this here. Oh, look at this. It's got a hole in it. Probably shouldn't put my air compressor up this way. Oh, look at that. That just stopped. Once I... Oh, okay. Now... Okay. Let me just let the oil in there just kind of get back to normal, and I'll turn it on again. All right, let's turn it on again and see if it... Well, there you go. It seems to be working normally. I'm just going to let this kind of charge up, make sure that our switch is working okay. I'm going to go and grab myself a something to plug in here. Maybe an air kind of cleaner. All right, there we go. The pressure switch is working, at least that works. The diaphragm, a lot of the time there's a diaphragm in there and they've cracked and it won't actually hold air. Look at this, I found this the other day. I've always wanted something small and easy. I wonder if this will work. Let's plug this in here. There we go. Then I can plug this in here. Or I could have just plugged this straight into there, but I wanted to try this out. Oh, look at that. You can clean it. Use itself to clean itself. Let's have a look. So folks, this is looking good. This looks... Let me just set you back here. Oh yeah, I wasn't planning on cleaning it. I may as well. May as well. Well, there you go. Someone has thrown out a perfectly good working belt driven air compressor. How crazy is that? So I'm just going to write a note here saying this is good. In fact, it's got a bit of an air leak here, so it's not a major issue though. But yeah, I'll just write that down though. Otherwise, believe me, by the time I get to the end here, I'll forget what the deal is with this. But we do have footage. I've got footage. I can just go back through that. Slow air leak. Awesome. There you go, guys. I am just going to tape that there so I know. Okay, now I did mention to you that I have already turned this on, so I do know that it's ticking over. This is the one that I'm going to keep for myself. This is my old one. It's an old one now, but this is one that I found worked great. But I'm going to sell this now. So listen, I'm just going to quickly turn this on and show you. Look at this. It's massive. It's huge. It's a beauty. I'll just show you this working. I'm not going to keep it going for long because I'm not convinced there's any oil in there, or I don't think there's much oil in there. At least this extension cord's working okay. Alright, let's plug her in. Okay, there we go. Let's turn it on. How do you turn it on? Here we go. There you go. It works. Now the other thing that I have to get to fix this, so the thing that I need to do to fix this air compressor for myself is I need a longer hose so that this hose reaches from here all the way to that back part there. I need a piece of hose, and that's easy. I've got hose lying around the house. The other thing is it was missing this thing, and I'm not even sure what it is. I have a feeling it's a breather. It's a breather. If we have a look at this one down here, it's got the same thing here. I took this off the other day, and I'm pretty sure it's a breather. So it's actually a marble. It's a real marble inside. There's a marble inside. I have a feeling that's in case the air compressor falls over, and that the oil doesn't kind of spill out of that hole, the breather hole. So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I reckon that'll be great for me. I think that'll really help our cause when we're doing Karmann video related videos, fixing up my car. Okay, so, and this is the one that I've been using, for the last 2 years. I found this one. Let's quickly turn that on. Alright, so you can see that works great. So I'm just going to sell that one. I'll clean it up and I'll sell it. In fact, what I'm thinking, I'd love to be able to do this up. This big one that I'm going to keep, I think I'll make a video where I'm kind of sandblasting the actual, bottle, the cylinder, and just painting it and making it look really nice. I think I'll do that in the video. But yeah, so that one's good. I'm going to sell that. Listen, I'll do this right at the end. I know this is tripping the circuit. It's going to take a bit of time for me to take it down to the power point and turn it on. Listen, I'm not even going to bother with that one. Not in this video. I might do a special video on it later. I do know that that is tripping the circuit. So, but yeah, like I said, it could be related to the dodgy extension power cord that I was using up the top there, that beige coloured one. So I'll plug it straight into the wall and see if anything different happens. But it would be nice. I looked at the motor capacitor and it looks good. Like it does, there's no bulging or anything. It's got two of them and they all look good. So yeah. Anyway, not that that means that it's that the capacitors are good. They still can be dodgy. I've shown you me starting this on the footpath in that previous footage earlier. This one here, let's turn this one on. What's this one? A Royce quality. What does it say? Royce quality and reliability. It says that down there. Cool. All right, let's plug this in and we'll see what we got. All right, plugging her in. Oh, hear that? Excellent. That's what we want to hear. I'm just going to disconnect that. Now that is almost certainly an issue with the main motor start capacitor. So where the hell is the main motor start capacitor for this machine? That's a question. Must be underneath here somewhere. Don't even know where it is. Gee. Oh, there it is. It's right down the bottom. Bloody hell. Let's see. Can you see that down there? In fact, I'm pretty sure that's a capacitor issue. It could very well be that it did almost sound like that was almost a bigger kind of, let me just set you back here, sorry. The yeah, so the humming of that was humming, but it almost sounded as though the cylinder may have been jammed, but no, I reckon that is the main capacitor. I can't see anything. Oh, hang on, there you go. I'm turning the motor here and I can hear the compression of the cylinder going up and down. So yeah. So the motor's fine. The motor is fine. It is the capacitor. So I need to pull that out. I need to pull that capacitor out and take the values of it and order one. Well, I order my capacitors on eBay. Easiest thing. They normally cost less than $20, $15 to $20 delivered. And yeah, so it's a cool thing. So, I mean, I'd actually do this now, take this off and pull the capacitor out. The video is going to go too long otherwise if I do that. I'll do that afterwards. But yeah, if these weren't Allen keys, if it was just Phillips heads, I actually got my driver here so I could take them off so I could actually show you the capacitor. I'm sure there's going to be other compressors that need capacitors replaced. I know there are. We'll have a look at those. But yeah, because they're Allen keys, it's going to take me too long to kind of pull them off. At least I have it on video now. I know that this just needs a capacitor, so I'll look at that later. All right, the next one, Ross. What's this one? It is called a Ross V twin belt drive air compressor, 2.5 horsepower, 50 litre. And what does that say? 102 litres a minute. This one's a bit smaller. So what do you think? What do you think? Should we turn this on? I reckon we should. Just set you here and plug her in. Okay, plugged in. The gauge is missing its it's missing its needle. I might actually replace the gauge. Let's pull this up and turn it on. Oh. So that just, I'd say the overload power switch on the actual motor. Here we go, this thing here. Press to reset. Let's try it again. Alright, so what's doing that, guys? Is that another start capacitor, or is it jammed? Is the cylinder locked up? Let me just, the cool part is this side is missing. In fact, that's probably the reason that's not even on there. I'm going to pull this and see if the motor turns. Oh, nah. Okay, that one looks like it's locked up. Let me pull that out. That looks like it's locked up. Hey, can you see that? Sorry, I can't get you closer. If I put you on the driveway, it's too much of an angle here, you'll fall over. Ah, come on. It is actually turning. It is actually turning. It is turning now. It's turning a lot better. I wonder if there's oil in this. That's actually freeing up a lot now. And I can hear the cylinders going up and down. It's freeing up. Should we turn it on again? Just reset that. Well, she's working now. I just want to, I don't want it to run too long because I'm not sure if there's oil in there. I'm not sure if there's how much oil's in there. If there's no oil, we could do a lot of damage, you know. I don't have any oil on me that I could just chuck in there. But this is a beauty as well. This is working. And the capacitor seems strong. The capacitor seems strong. I can't see, there's an oil kind of gauge here, but you can't see anything. Can't see anything in there. So yeah, I'm not going to run this because I'm not certain that there's oil in there. Let me just open up the oil cap. I mean that, I can see some shiny stuff in there. Listen, let's just risk it. It came from the dump, so who cares? I just want to make sure that it can build up pressure and that this pressure switch kicks in and that it works. We don't want to have these switches. They do have, some of them get little tears in them, and when they kick in, you just hear this massive and all the air escapes. So, well, I just want to make sure that this is working. So I'm just going to let this fire up and just see if it reaches capacity. you go. That's working okay. The pressure switch is okay. I can hear a bit of air escaping. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I think it might be coming from in here. Yeah, it sounds like it's coming in from inside the pressure switch. But that's okay. You can buy these entire things for, you know, really cheap, like less than 20 bucks. And I've probably got some. In fact, look at these shitty little air compressors I've got to the side. I was just going to throw these away. I mean, they're not worth anything. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not going to turn them on. I think this one might work. I'm not sure. But the thing is, I can use parts from that to fix this, and that's what I'll do, because you can see here the needle is gone from that. So I'll just replace the entire thing, I think. I'll write that down. I'm not going to do it all in this video. In fact, I was going to get the capacitors and replace capacitors in this video, but I'm not going to do that. This video is going too long as it is. Right, so last one. Let's turn this one on and see what the deal is. I've got a feeling this might be a capacitor issue. First of all, I've got to write this down. Right, let's try this out. Oh, hear that? There you go. That just tripped the overload. Let's push that in. Try it again. Have a listen. There you go. So that is a capacitor. I am going to grab myself my driver. I'm going to take this. Oh, in fact, I've already done that. There we go. Let's take this off. Before I go touching all of that stuff, let's just unplug this. Okay. Now let's have a look at this capacitor. In fact, this spade bit has come off the terminal. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I've pulled this out previously, so I just haven't plugged it in properly because I knew that the capacitor was bad. But listen, just for this video, I am quickly going to plug that back in and try it out again. It's definitely not plugged in. Okay. Take two. Plugged in. Let's turn this one on again. In fact, let's try it again. There you go. Do you see that pop out? Okay, so that needs a new capacitor. So I've got a couple here that need new capacitors. I'll just quickly run you through this, what I'll be doing. So I've unplugged this machine, so it's all good. In fact, if I have a look, there is a slight bulge at the side. So yeah, this is definitely a bad capacitor. Now what you want to do when you're replacing these things is basically we need a 450 volt capacitor, and then you look for the microfarads, the UF. So this one here says 50 UF, so I need a 50 UF capacitor. Not just that, I will be taking measurements. I will be making sure that the capacitor that I buy is physically the same dimensions so it can fit in here. Okay, yeah, and it looks like this has come off again. That spade bit's come off again, so I might have to squeeze those together and just make that a bit tighter. But yeah, 50 UF microfarad capacitor, guys, is what I need for this machine, and I reckon it'll be apple pie. So there you go. What do you think? At least we've got a few machines here I can get rid of. I'll quickly order some capacitors, replace those, and then sell them. But there you go, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video. I mean, it's not a quick video, but if I really wanted to show you these, it can't be a quick video. But yeah, so I'm just going to get some parts. I'm going to fix them. Not just that, I still need to, you can see here, this is another classic. Air filters have snapped off. So I need to get some air filters from other ones at the dump and replace them. I think I showed you that one just before. That needs to be replaced, those air filters. But, yeah, so there you go. That's my video. That is my air compressor video. All right. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.